Most densely populated cities around the world. Hey everyone, it's Alexa and welcome back to another video. The population on Earth is in the region of 7.5 billion, and with 197 billion square miles available to us, we'd be quite comfortable to spread out. It would work out to around 38 people per square mile. Population density refers to the number of people living per square mile or kilometer. Our numbers might be slightly off with the new year, but just know, they're crowded. Monaco Europe. Some like to call this a city and others a country, and it's a bit of both. It's a sovereign city-state, and it's squeezed into 200 hectares. It's a hotspot for high-income earners, high rollers, and anyone who likes to pretend they're part of the super-rich club. It's home to the F1 Grand Prix and safe place to escape the tax man. It's the most densely populated country in the world, with 43,830 people per square mile. Monaco has the highest police force in the world, which is surprising considering how small it is. And it's also one of the most expensive places to buy real estate. You certainly won't feel crowded living there because your mansion will be so big you could get lost on your own property. Macau, China. Macau is known as the Vegas of China, and there are roughly 54,790 people per square mile. The city is known for its gambling and glitz and used to be a Portuguese colony for 300 years, so the cultural hybridity of the area is fantastic. You'll find Chinese temples adorned with Portuguese tiles, and you'll hear Cantonese being spoken on the streets with Portuguese names. Macau is small, so buildings are built upwards. Strangely, Macau has one of the lowest birth rates on Earth. Paris, France. With 55,673 people per square mile, there's a good chance you'll find love in the city of love. In fact, it will probably bump right into you on the street. Paris is not just bursting with residents, but by 2020, it's believed that up to 1 million tourists will visit each year. Locals are getting fed up, and the city will have to act soon before permanent damage is done to infrastructure. There are many other places in France that offer just as many wonderful attractions. Gutenberg, United States. This tiny city is only 4 blocks wide, and in that tiny space, you'll find 58,577 people per square mile. Gutenberg is really close to New York City and is the 9th smallest municipality in the state. It is officially the most densely populated incorporated municipality in the United States. 1/5 of the residents of Gutenberg live in Galaxy Towers, a residential block of skyscrapers that overlook the Hudson. Malabon Philippines. Located just north of Manila is Malabon, where currently 58,607 people live per square mile. This highly urbanized city is officially known as the City of Malabon, and due to the layout of the city, low-lying and flat terrain, it's prone to flooding. The city relies heavily on industries such as sugar refiners, cigar making, and candle production to keep the economy going. They also get ylang-ylang flower extract and export that for perfume. Maldives. This is officially the most populous city in the Republic of the Maldives, and there are roughly 60,000 people per square mile. This island is the 5th most densely populated island in the world, and all infrastructure is in the city, as there is no surrounding countryside to move it away from the crowds. The sewage is pumped directly into the sea, and solid waste is taken to nearby islands and used to fill lagoons. The island has a popular fishing market, many mosques, and bright buildings. If you can handle crowds, it's worth a visit. Mont Rouge, France. We're back in France and heading to Mont Rouge, where 60,000 people live per square mile. Mont Rouge is a commune, which is a level of administrative division in the French Republic. Communes vary in size, some with millions of people and others with just a few hundred. Mont Rouge is one of the most densely populated municipalities in Europe. Appellee Greece. This little Greek town is busy and full of people. 60,186 people per square mile. When you see the city from far away, it looks like any normal seaside destination, so it's quite surprising when you get there just how overcrowded it is. Katmandu, Nepal. There are various reports on the number of people living here, from 52,000 people per square mile to 61,000 people per square mile. Either way, Kathmandu is densely populated. Kathmandu is the capital of Nepal, and it has a multi-ethnic population with a Hindu and Buddhist majority. Air pollution is one of the biggest problems the city faces. The pollution concentration was said to be 4.9 times higher than recommended by the WHO. Saint-Just-Tenota, Belgium. When you think of a place like Belgium, you wouldn't anticipate numbers of up to 62,404 people per square mile. This French-Dutch municipality is the smallest in area size and the highest in population density in Belgium. The area used to be a farming village and was one of the first areas in Belgium to urbanize. The inventory of architecture states that this place has some of the oldest buildings in Belgium, and a visit to this place will not be complete without heading to the Jazz Station, a musical hotspot established in an old train station. Kolkata, India. This is the third largest city in India, and it's home to 62,813 people per square mile. Formerly called Calcutta, Kolkata is the capital of West Bengal and has been called the cultural capital of India. It's also earned the nickname City of Joy despite 1/3 of the population living in 3,500 unregistered squatter-occupied and 2,000 registered slums. Mother Teresa received an award for her work and contribution here. Vinson France. Back to France we go and get pulled into the crowds at Vincennes, where you can expect 66,371 people per square mile. This French commune is famous for its chateau and a gorgeous park. It's quite close to Paris, which could be a reason why it's so densely populated. Living costs are slightly lower than in Paris, but it's just as beautiful. Chennai, India. With 66,961 bodies per square mile, Chennai in India is one of the most visited tourist spots. In 2015, the BBC named Chennai the hottest city worth visiting and to live in, and their reasoning was that it's a good mix of modern and traditional values. It's earned the nickname the Detroit of India. Chennai does struggle with very high pollution levels due to the vast number of people. Tamils make up most of the population, and English is often mixed with Tamil from white-collar workers. Did you know that the first manufacturing plant of BMW was built here? Well, now you do. Pré-Saint-Gervais, France. We're back in with the crowds in France, and this time, Pré-Saint-Gervais boasts 67,047 people per square mile. This commune is very close to Paris and is said to be amongst the most densely populated municipalities in Europe. Despite being so congested, this commune doesn't even have a station of the Paris Metro, RER, or suburban rail network. Levallois-Perret, France. As if prior reporting hadn't put you off, Levallois-Perret in France is just as busy. This is a commune of Paris, and it's densely populated and one of the most expensive places to live in Paris. Levallois-Perret is two housing developments that have come together, Champéret and Village Levallois. One of the best things to do when visiting Levallois-Perret is to visit Parc de la Planchette. 1/5 of this commune is parkland. Another must-see is Parc Monceau, an English garden that was landscaped in the 1770s. Caloocan Philippines. With 72,302 people per square mile, this is the fourth most populated city in the Philippines. It's an urbanized city that has traffic jams that last for hours, so if you're traveling there, have patience. The Philippine Revolution in 1933 began here, and there are many cultural landmarks for you to visit. Most people speak Tagalog and English, and a visit here would not be complete without stopping off at the Chinese cemetery. Bnei Brak, Israel. It's estimated that there are 27,338 people per square mile residing in Bnei Brak, Israel, just east of Tel Aviv. It's one of the poorest parts of Israel and the most densely populated. One of the factors that keep the city afloat is the Coca-Cola bottling plant. They've been around since 1968 and have won awards for its environmentally friendly operation and ongoing community service. Most marriages here are set up by a professional matchmaker, someone like Hinda, who says, "With God's help, I try and think logically, with my head before my heart, about who suits whom." Mumbai, India. A densely populated city that is familiar to all is Mumbai, and you're fighting for space here as you're sharing with 73,837 people per square mile. Mumbai is considered the financial powerhouse of India, and it's where Bollywood had its boom. Mumbai is home to massive slums, but also one of the most expensive homes in the world. In Mumbai, you'll find a slum called Dharavi, which houses between 800,000 and 1 million people. The area is 2.39 square kilometers, or just under 1 square mile, which makes it one of the most densely populated areas on Earth. Ibai Marshall Islands. Here you're going to encounter 107,143 people per square mile. What's unusual about this crowded island is that over half the population are under the age of 18. The island is only 80 acres and 15,000 people live in that tiny space. Jobs are scarce on the island, and the island subsists largely on foreign aid or lease payments from the US. They receive $1.5 billion annually, but this expires in 2024. Other than that, fishing and crafts are how the locals make their living. Manila, Philippines. We're back in the Philippines, and this time spending time in the densely populated Manila, where there are in the region of 107,561 people per square mile. This city has been described as an assault on the senses because it's busy, vibrant, and you're encouraged to embrace the chaos when you visit. GPS navigation app Waze states that Manila has the worst traffic in the world, and every month, 25,000 new vehicles hit the road. Some believe that within 4 years, Manila will be uninhabitable. Parts of Tondo have the poorest of the poor living there, who have no access to sanitation, healthcare, education, or employment. Which of these densely populated cities would you dare to visit? Let us know in the comments below, but now it's time for number 1. Dhaka, Bangladesh. It's here that you'll find roughly 121,700 people per square mile. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh, and it's dirty, overcrowded, and chaotic. On top of that, it's not easy to get to, as not many airlines fly here. If you can handle the chaos and the crowds, it is a great holiday destination. People are friendly, the food is amazing, and most people choose to speak English.